Hi friends, welcome back to Devil's Advocate, the critical thinking channel where we discuss things going on with Girl World and other topics. We have like a really lovely community where we discuss things that are happening, the rights and wrongs of situations. And yeah, if that's something that interests you, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. I would absolutely love to have you. And for all my subscribers I have, like, thank you so much. I love that you're involved in the community. I love that we're all commenting and talking to each other about this situation. And I love having you all here. So thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. Today, we are going to talk about the Jordi live stream. So I didn't actually watch the whole live stream, but I did see the snippet where he had the voice note from Emily talking about Amberlynn and the washcloth situation. So Jawbone originally dropped snippets of that in his channel, and we spoke about that. We spoke about how, like, if Rachel got penalised so much for the voice notes and the messages and stuff and what she had to do to get it, then like it should be like a blackout for everybody. Like nobody should be touching the Emily stuff anymore. And I am actually very surprised that people are even going there. It just seems wild, especially like after the week all these reaction channels have had and all the subscribers they've lost. You think they would have changed and would have learned from that situation, like they keep saying they have, but clearly they haven't. And I feel like we're gonna get some backlash from Emily soon. I can feel it coming, because they're using her voice, which she didn't want Rachel to use her voice in voice notes anymore, and obviously her voice is in those videos, the one where she's fighting with Amberlynn and when she's talking in this one. So yeah, I mean, they could get in a lot of trouble for that unless for whatever reason they've decided that they're gonna pay Emily instead or whatever. Like, even that now seems morally wrong. Like, they should just not be touching it or going there. Let's just leave it at that. Like, they should just like wipe Emily from the history of Girl World. It happened, it was a thing. So in this live stream, he goes into this voice note. I'm assuming is to Rachel, that got taken from this Discord. And it's a very odd one. Like, she's talking about what it was like to live with Amberlynn. She was saying like she slowly stopped showering. She mentioned the washcloth situation, how that had been happening, and that was true. But she did also keep saying, like, this is just between you and me. Like, don't let this get out. Like, this is just between us. She said, if I wanted to embarrass her, I would show the BPD video, basically. And I just think, like, wow. And she kept saying Snowflake was asking me about her hygiene. Like, what is this with Snowflake and Amberlynn Reed's hygiene? Like, this is just like, this has been going on for a while, and it just really creeps me out that, like, out of all the things going on, that's like the one question he keeps asking, just hygiene questions about her. Like, that is wild. Like, that is wild. And I was also thinking, I mean, I wasn't really around on YouTube that much back in this time. But did Nick Avocado get the same treatment? Like, was Snowflake making videos about him and his hygiene and, like, asking people around him to talk about him and his, like, toileting situation and how many times he showered a day? And because I don't know, like, I just feel like it's just so odd. Like, Foodie Beauty as well, does he talk about her hygiene? Like, I don't know about that, but like, it just seems very creepy and a bit unsettling that, like, that's all he talks about and that's all he seems to ask anyone about. Like Destiny, Beck, now Emily, who is the other one, Erica. He's asked them all the same questions about her hygiene. Very, very strange. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, in this video, she kept saying, like, this is between us. Like, don't say anything about this, blah, 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 blah. Well, obviously, I'm assuming Rachel is the one she was talking to at the time, and Rachel's just put it all in this Discord that has now been deleted, which is also extremely suspicious, because if Rachel, like she says, like showed all the context in that chat, then why delete it? Like, if there's nothing to hide, why delete it? And I believe it's because there was a lot to hide in there. There was a lot more said about other creators and the audience and other, maybe, like, seedy things that were going on in that little bunch of girl world. And yeah, it's really wild. It's really wild. I did manage to catch Amberlynn Reed's live stream last night. She did seem pretty defeated in it, to be honest. You know, she was talking about Rarity a little bit. She was talking about how basically she just had enough and she was tired of it all, and just like she didn't care what anybody said anymore. But yeah, we all know that like no one's gonna take that into account. They're just gonna like read her for filth for saying that. It was, she just seemed very sad, like just down in the dumps. And I can imagine it does take a lot out of you. Like, you know, you have Studio Deets, who was saying how like that one comment has sent her so much hate, like we spoke about before. But then like all these reaction channels have to think then like all the words that they're using on their platforms is then coming back tenfold on one person, you know, and that's a lot for anybody. Like anybody who's ever been hurt or bullied or called names or called things or things said about them and like rumors and stuff, like no, how horrible that can feel and how psychologically that can cause a lot of pain to anybody, no matter who it is. Like, you know, there's only so long you have thick skin, and I think 13 years of that is a pretty long time. Like, she'd do a lot better than I could, like 10 minutes and I'd be crying. Like, you know, so yeah. So yeah, it was very clear in these voice notes that Emily did not want it to get out. She keeps saying it, and I think that's wrong. I think it's wrong for Jordi to do that. I think it's wrong for Jawbone to do that. I think because they've used the voice notes and because the stick Rachel got, they should now send the money from those streams to a charity, because that's only fair, right? And it's, so I think let's see what happens now, like whether Emily pops back on the scene, whether like she starts addressing stuff herself, which I think she should, and not go through other reaction channels, and see what Amber's got to say about it all. I think with Amber sometimes it's not a case that she doesn't have receipts for things, but she's like the only one who seems to not like call people out like that, whereas everybody else calls her out. And I know she has done some horrific things. She treated Beck horrifically, and she got absolutely owned for that, and rightly so. But also at the same time, I don't think it's Reaction Channel's place to be that involved in her life. Like, that's too involved. Like, way too involved. Like, what's going on now is way too involved in her life. And considering Jordi in the other live stream says stay in the grey area, like, don't go out of your lane, and then has now put a voice clip of Emily on his live stream. Like, where is the lane then? Like, where is your lane, Jordi? Like, because you kind of making it quite clear that this wasn't who you were, and yet here we are now. And I like Jordi. Like, I think he's funny. He comes out with hilarious stuff. You know, I watched the live stream from the night before, I think it was, and he was talking about Snowflake's video, and he like had me belly laughing. I thought it was brilliant. It was really funny. And again, like, Snowflake was saying stuff about Amber's hygiene. So weird. That guy, there's something wrong. He's very weird. So why is there the double standard going on here? Like, what is going on for all these people to think it's now okay to use the voice notes, etc., when Rachel was specifically told to not use her voice? for any reason, which you would then assume that it was not okay to use anything else, right? Because of the money situation with Rachel. Yeah, so let me know what you think about this one, guys, because I think, I think we just need to wipe the Emily narrative away now, because it's getting far too complicated. People are getting, hurt. People are, harassing Emily's family and Emily's work. And, just something needs to change. Like Zachary Michael said, it just needs to go back to watching her videos and just talking and making comments about her videos and stuff, and just not getting so nasty, because it is getting so dark. And I also feel like every time there's backlash to the reaction channels, the ammo towards Amber just amplifies. It's almost like they get backlash for what they've done, and they take it out on Amber by just getting nastier and nastier. And I guess because they have this little group chat, they all kind of what's the word, wind each other up in there, maybe, and they're just like, oh, I can't believe she said this, can't believe she said that, blah 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 blah. And then they just get more and more wound up, and then they get more and more nasty towards Amber, and actually they need to sit back now, and they need to reflect at what they've done, and they're the ones who need to address whatever their own problems are that they're projecting onto Amber. Because yes, Amber has had a very complex life, she's done some very problematic things, but that does not give them the right to be so nasty and send so much nastiness towards another person, But I'd love to hear your opinions on this. This is completely my opinion and how I feel about it all at the moment. So please let me know how you feel about this situation. Do we think that the people using the voice notes should be held as accountable as Rachel? Do we think now is enough, enough is enough, and it's a drama channel at the end of the day? You don't watch a soap on TV, you won't watch Grey's Anatomy and just be like, oh well, that lead character is doing this, so I'm now going to find out where they live and give them shit. You just don't do that. So why is it happening on YouTube? Because we are only getting half of the story, because Amber barely opens her mouth most of the time about what's really going on, and she very rarely shows any receipts, and she just lets the rumors fly and doesn't really address them. And yeah, she did say a lot of the stuff was assumptions and rumors, right? And I can see some of it being, I can definitely see some of it being that, a lot of assumptions are made. I'm assuming stuff now. I'm assuming the situations now. But I'm not going to go, hunt down her family members to find out the truth, And, there's a way to talk about stuff and be with people and address people without just getting so nasty about it, and without, trying to make them have a mental breakdown. Because at the end of the day, from the outside looking in, the reaction channels that are bringing all of this resentment towards her are actually starting to sound like the abusive ones, other than Amber, which is bizarre. It's just, it shouldn't be that way. No one should be abusive to anybody, full stop, but it's starting to look like a bit of a witch hunt, and I don't want to be part of that. As somebody who's just come onto YouTube and started their own channel, I don't want to be that person. I just want to talk about the situations going on and have a nice community who can do that without the name calling, etc. And I want to, react to some of her older videos, just in a fun way. And I think that's how it should be. Because it's just gone way too far now. But again, that's completely my opinion. These are all my own thoughts and opinions on the situation. So yeah, let me know how you're feeling about it all. And thank you so much again to everyone who's subscribed to my channel. I am so chuffed. I honestly am. I can't believe it. And I'm so happy to have you here. I love all of your comments and all your takes on the situations, and engaging with you all. And I really hope I can get my channel to grow into like a beautiful community of people who are like-minded, who can have these kind of conversations. And I love you all to pieces, so thank you so much for all the support. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. We'd absolutely love to have you here and love to hear your say on what's going on in the girl world community right now. And yep, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much again. Bye.